Welcome to the 5th module of the NIMS Training Tracker video series. This time we will talk about how this program is used for credentials verification of individual and team emergency incident responders, and how it assists the organization to comply with the emergency responder credentialing system. National preparedness is a shared obligation. Effective incident response organization meets 3 requirements: documented preparedness through training, drills, and experience, on-demand access to responder credentials data, and a reliable reporting format. The NIMS Training Tracker platform meets these standards through its streamlined structure of students, principals, administrators, and coordinators involved in every step of the credentialing process, from initiation of training and electronic verification to its conformity with the required standards. It also allows for timely communication of responder personnel skills and preparedness data to stakeholders at all levels. Credentialing ties an individual's current certification, license or degree, training and experience with the level of professional competence required by the National Integration Center. It is intended to assist Incident Command in adopting informed decisions. However, a lot of work needs to be done before these decisions can claim the level of professionalism promoted by Homeland Security. The NIMS Training Tracker elevates the process of maintaining responder profiles to a more professional approach, placing additional responsibility on every tier in a hierarchy of a decision-making process. The NIMS Training Tracker provides an efficient system of collecting, storing, and verifying responder profiles on demand, with a built-in system to compare existing data with current standards, allowing everyone to fill preparedness gaps and individual transcripts required by credentialing, thus creating a reliable, unified format for finding solutions through easily accessed databanks. Software as a Service applications maintain all data on secure servers. The NIMS Training Tracker platform can be accessed from any computing device with an internet browser, a desktop computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Responder personnel data can be accessed from the host organization's offices, responders on the road, or from an incident site by the Planning Section Receiving Authority for deployment or pre-arrival verification purposes. Credentialing implies personnel identification. Responders match with authenticated qualifications to ensure that they possess a minimum level of training, experience, abilities, and capability appropriate for particular positions. During an emergency, on-site validation for responder identity can be linked to the program's credentialing profile data. NIMS Training Tracker connects a credential databank to staff profiles assembled and maintained ahead of urgent response needs. The Resource Typing Library Tool, or RTLT, is managed by FEMA's National Integration Center as an online catalog of resource type definitions and job titles with position qualifications. NIMS resource types support a common language for the mobilization of resources such as equipment, teams, units, and personnel required prior to, during, and after major incidents. Resource users at all levels can apply these definitions as a consistent foundation to identify and inventory their resources for capability estimation, planning, and for mobilization during mutual aid efforts. In RTLT, resource types represent the minimum criteria for the associated component and capability to be expanded on by authorities having jurisdiction to tailor preparedness to meet needs. The NIMS Training Tracker integrates RTLT resource definitions for credentialing compliance with student learning plans and transcripts to identify up-to-date qualification fulfillment and training additions needed to elevate responder credentials to target levels. FEMA's National Integration Center has assembled a consortium of organizations to bring together successful training material sources and delivery skills to build this integrated preparedness system. The credentials assembled within RTLT begin with lessons learned from the expansive NIMS training collection of nearly 1,000 courses. Beyond these, the credentialing system assembles training opportunities from other Homeland Security departments, different government agencies, private organizations, and associations. A capstone event to each credential requires the authority having jurisdiction to verify compliance with these and additional criteria concerning responder health, fitness, physical abilities, education, licensing, and performance certificates for position description tasks. The NIMS Training Tracker platform has assembled detailed course information from training providers into a databank of more than 2,500 classes and criteria linked with specific credential requirements as applied to each responder's position. Broader informational background gives you more leeway in your decision-making priorities and the ability to compare individual responder transcripts against the entire scope of the National Preparedness Framework, thus opening a quickly realizable pathway to fill any training or experience gaps in your individual responder profiles. We will look into a position statement on the RTLT interface and explore how it is integrated into the NIMS Training Tracker platform. Job titles and position qualifications are essential to validate characteristics such as affiliations, skills, or privileges of emergency response personnel. The NIMS Training Tracker is populated with details for courses and standards, assembled by a dozen different federal and private training providers, detailed in RTLT. As we scroll through its interface online, we see a description of the position and required education linked with applied experience consistent with the specialty. For each title, courses are assembled according to training requirements. Most titles begin with standard NIMS awareness courses, such as ICS 100, 700, and 800, followed by descriptive requirements, which are at the discretion of the authority having jurisdiction. The NIMS Training Tracker matches these descriptions with courses offered by federally recognized course providers. We also notice a list of recommended courses, and as we will see, these are included in the position's curriculum group agenda when applied. Experience, certification, and licensing are verifications by the authority having jurisdiction. Physical and medical fitness are also standardized position requirements. This information can be confirmed by the student's principal within the NIMS Training Tracker and entered in the student's transcript. We will join Principal Dmitry Clyde as he enters the program to see how curriculum groups are used to build, establish, and verify credentials for emergency management and response. A new employee, Penny Morris, has joined the resource analysis team and needs to build her NIMS training credentials. A profile has been established for Penny, with Dmitry Clyde as her principal. At the Learning Plan screen, Dmitry selects NIMS Course Provider and the Curriculum Group option for basic level NIMS training. 4 courses are added to her agenda, and Dmitry clicks the boxes in the Principal column and Save Learning Plan. Penny receives an automated email request to review her learning plan. The program automatically performs a check of each student's learning plan and transcript before adding new classes to enter only missing courses. Now we look into Stephen Ben's records as he seeks to bolster his emergency response credentials. Steve started developing his qualifications in 2003 as he worked on a wildland firefighting team. We look into the program's interface at Steve's transcript and notice completion of courses in 2003 and 4 from the National Wildfire Coordinating Group for his Red Card and Firefighter Type 1 training, combined with NIMS training for basic, intermediate, and advanced skills. He has completed Incident Command System 300 and 400 courses. We move into his learning plan with the NIMS courses displayed. Pulling down the Available Courses menu, we scroll to the E section of the list and search for E300 and E400 to see they are not listed. The courses already completed or scheduled by the student are automatically removed to avoid unnecessary duplication. Dmitry selects the Awareness Level NIMS Curriculum Group training and sees no new classes added. The same happens when he selects the Basic Level NIMS Curriculum Group. Steve has already completed courses needed for these baseline credentials. When Dmitry selects the Intermediate Level NIMS Curriculum Group, he sees 4 new independent study courses added to Stephen's learning plan. Dmitry verifies their addition with principal checkmarks and clicks Save Learning Plan. Steve would like to expand his abilities in wildland firefighting incident command. For this, Dmitry changes the course provider to RTLT. In this provider list, there are no specific courses offered. Instead, there are about 150 curriculum group position titles for individuals to consider. He selects the Wildland Firefighter Type 1 position title and clicks Add Curriculum Group. The program responds by verifying his list of completed training and delivers only the additional courses that need to be taken for this title. So we see 8 new entries added to Steve's learning plan. The first 2 added entries are titles from NFPA. The next 3 items are verified by the local Office of Emergency Management to confirm Steve medically and physically fit for this duty. The OEM will also verify his annual medical physical exam as required by RTLT standards. The Wildland Firefighter 1 is also expected to complete Red Cross CPR and AED training. Steve needs to complete the NWCG 310 course. Finally, the local OEM will test and confirm successful achievement of the PAC test, an annual event for wildland firefighters. Dmitry as principal verifies the selection and clicks Save Learning Plan to initiate an email to Steve to suggest his acceptance of the selected courses. If Steve and the OEM decide to qualify him for Wildland Firefighter 2, the NIMS Training Tracker performs the same verification of his credentials to add 2 additional courses: Human Resources from NIMS and Resources and Demobilization Unit Leader from NWCG. Progressing up the command ladder, Steve can discover that credentialing for Wildland Fire Officer 1 would include 1 additional week-long course from NWCG, Advanced Incident Management. Dmitry, as Steve's principal, supports this progression for his credentials and verifies it with a click in the principal column to auto-generate an email to Steve. The NIMS Training Tracker enables students, principals, administrators, and coordinators to work as a team in their effort to identify for each responder their current credential compliance and develop next-level training programs in concurrence with nationally established credentials, all within a single unified platform. Emergency response preparedness is a concern shared by all stakeholders within a jurisdiction. With responder credentials verified and stored as transcripts in an accessible on-demand digital format, the NIMS Training Tracker serves as an operationally maintained clearinghouse, ready to be applied when a natural or human-caused disaster happens in your backyard. It equally serves the day-to-day work of hazard mitigation, emergency services, and community and regional stability, with trained people prepared for the unexpected. NIMS Training Tracker subscription solves for you challenges associated with personnel training data availability, immediate accessibility, and functionality to better and faster articulate responder team configuration when critical decisions have to be made and implemented in a timely manner for localized incidents and multi-agency coordination system efforts. We are accustomed to emergency response preparation and planning for disasters and crises. Personnel records and capabilities have been kept in a variety of storage systems, from 3-ring binders to filing cabinets, from spreadsheet workbooks to local memories of office staff. All this takes time you do not have. With expanding pressure of training requirements and growing accumulation of records, new solutions for the people and data interface are needed. Today, paper records are replaced with SQL databases, cross-verification algorithms, and web-based interfaces within the NIMS Training Tracker. With this platform, you can maintain and verify the true level of preparedness for expanding incident situations and ever-changing risk profiles. You rise to new performance levels as lives are saved and resources protected. Contact us today to begin your NIMS Training Tracker subscription.